Hello again to all my friends. I'm glad you came to play. The fun and learning never ends. So I am the Chris who plays games, and we are going to be continuing today to work on building this giant rocket. So this is the Saturn V build from Lego. It is the tallest, one of the tallest Lego builds ever shipped. It's got 12 different bags of Legos. We last night finished up bag 6 and now are moving on to bag 7. So that is what we're going to be doing here today. I hope that you will sit back, relax, enjoy. My webcam settings stopped working. Hello. I wanted to do a thing, and it's not cooperating. There we go. Now I should be able to do a thing. There we go. Yeah. So, like I said, we're gonna be working on bag 7 of these Legos, and we're just gonna see how it goes. So, this time I've moved the camera to be above me, so you get a different view than you did yesterday. Yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm just going to get started building. So hopefully some folks make it by and we'll hang out and watch. And if not, that's fine too. I'll just build some Legos. Okay, so we are on step what? We're just opening bag 7. And I think that puts us at page, yeah, so we're on step 136 of this guide. Where we're going to build the inner workings of the next stage of the rocket. So that is where we're at. So we're going to move this out of the way a little bit more, because we don't need that right now. Okay. Well, actually, we got 2 small bags this time of parts, which we did not have before. So we got some outer cowlings, which I think these are inner cowlings. Yeah, so basically for the first stage, the first couple bags were building kind of the inner parts of it, and then the next 2 bags were building the outer surface area, or like the next 4 bags were building the outer surface area of it. So I expect we're going to see something very similar here, where this is going to be the inside part of the thing. So you can see all these different colors on the outside, and here we had the same thing, but obviously you don't see those anymore. So we will kind of shift these around. All right, so if I take one of these, and I take one of these, and I attach them together. Let's work together. Come on, come on, let's work together. Together we will stand, every boy, girl, woman, and man. Let's work together. Come on, let's work together. Together we will stand, every boy, girl, woman, and man. Alright, so we're going to take this out of here. Sorry, just trying to decide how to lay out my pieces here. I have found that I tend to be a little bit more loosey of these little pieces, so I'm trying to be careful so I don't lose them. I have a tendency to kind of misplace them. There we go. Okay, so we got a lot of little studs there. Things like lights and so on and so forth. Little 1 high studs. And now we've got some of these other little pieces that I need. Okay, so in particular, I was looking for this one piece. It's been 1 week since you looked at me, slapped your head in the hide and said you're crazy. 5 days since the afternoon, you just did exactly what I thought you were gonna do. 3 days since you looked at me, just 2 days till I say I'm sorry. Ba-da-da-na-na-na-na-no, okay, so basically we're going to attach little white things on the outside all around. So we're gonna have an 8-piece outer edge, and these are kind of these interesting lip pieces that come out, and then they make a platform which is the same height. And of course they've got studs on the outside. So that a lot of the pieces in this particular build are have studs on the outside. So they are designed to connect from a circle out to a flat edge. So you can see that, and that matches kind of the core piece of this. Is you've got the 4 rockets on the edges, and those basically form your 4 cardinal directions that things attach to. Okay, so now I've got some weird pieces I haven't seen before. Get these plastic out of the way, and we can set our scissors aside for now, because we do not need them. And we're going to be looking for 4 of these, which are going to attach on. Oh, interesting. Did I screw that up? I did screw that up. Okay, so these actually attach further in. I had them too far out. So move these all in just a bit. Just a bit. There we go. There we go. Hello, hello. I'm the Chris who plays games. Playing retro games every Monday at 9:15, whatever I feel like every Friday at 9:15. Live streaming Lego builds tonight or today or whatever it's called. So thank you for hanging out, for watching, for having a good time. Okay, so now you can see that we did actually pull these in a little bit more. So now they're kind of aligned with the edges, which they were not before. So that is what we've got. Okay. So now I can take these and I can plop them on. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need like a count. I need like a count recording every time. 1, 2, Okay, so I've got little, I think these are the brown ones. Okay. Got little brown nubbies that we're going to use. We're going to use the nubbies. Yeah, so there's kind of 2 different colors of little studs here. Well, 3 actually. We got white studs, we've got brown studs, and we've got some clear orange studs. So these are the white studs. And then we're going to take more of these flat pieces and stick them on top. So this is stage 141. You can see in the upper right corner of that instruction booklet. 141, 141, do 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 do. All right, so now we got a whole set of outer edges here. They're all lined up. 142 is to attach red pieces like this, which I'm now used to. I've seen them all the time over the past couple hours of assembling this, and attach them to this, and attach them to a brown piece as well. So we basically get a little stack here. You can see red, brown, and a silver thing on the inside. Red, brown, and a silver thing on the inside. And the silver thing is a converter from a 2 stud to a 1 stud in the center. In the past, we've used those for, and I need to do this 4 times, okay. In the past, we've used those for adding like 1 more single stud on top, which we then use to stack inside. So we'll see how they end up being used this time, but nothing doing here. This is familiar to me. All right, you got that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. 142 done. 143 is applying these things to the outside. So, oh, I needed to attach these. I actually failed to do a part. Okay, so basically these are going to sit on top of the studs, and as I had kind of suggested, they're going to be connector points for the outer panels, or these panels rather. So the gray and white panels end up being in here, and we got like a white one. And so basically by having it like this, we actually get 3 studs. So like 1, 2, 3 that we can connect these pieces onto. So all of the, oh, I gotta put it the right way up. God damn it. I am not good at Lego. There we go. Lego my ego. Okay. And then these connect inside here. Ugh. This bit before you get any kind of like solid base to work from is definitely like the most fiddly bit. You know, these pieces are all, they're going to be attached by the top and the bottom. But these pieces right here right now are just like loose sitting on top of like one little stud. So they get a little bit finicky. Yeah, so this is just going to be the first half of this stage of the build. We're going to have more of these tall panels, which we will use on a later part. Ah! Caught it. Got him. All right. Put this down so I can hopefully be a little bit more thoughtful about this. So I have not done any major Lego builds for ever. I have not done anything like this ever. I mean, this is one of the bigger kits that Lego sells. So, I mean, like they sell a lot of big kits, but it's a pretty decent sized kit. And so it's not surprising I haven't done something this big. But it's still the case that I definitely have not done a lot of Lego building at all for a long time. So this is definitely, you know, starting on hard mode, playing with Legos like this. All right, there we go. There we go. And now on the other side, so we did this and we did this, and now we are connecting this, which is a 6 long gray piece that is bridged between 2 of these little white studs, razor studs, razor upper studs, which I think they actually want me to attach like that, and then come across. Oops, sorry, I'm bumping the mic here. Alrighty. There we go. So that is snapped in place, and those are going to be the base of the next. And as I was saying, we're going to build more of these little red things because I'm just used to seeing these all over the place at this point. They will act as the next bridge point for our interior thing. So this is just a way for them to take a single vertical stud, which we have on top of these pieces in the middle, and convert them to a single vertical stud that is raised up 1 block height plus a set of 4 horizontal studs facing outward that we'll be able to attach to later. All right, so that is done. Now we'll set up the next stage. The only thing I want to make sure I do here is, of course, align my colors, because it'd look kind of weird if I had them kind of swapping colors every vertical height. Would seem improper. Line up the white with the white and the gray with the gray. Let me know which way to go. I'll take the show with me. I don't know, I don't know, I don't know which way to go. I know I can play the show, but I know the show. Lovely singing. That's what I always pride myself on. Okay, this was a soft center. I was like, why is this not working? It's because this piece is in the wrong spot. So that's one of the problems with those 1 to 3 or 2 stud conversions, is that if it's off center, it's off center. Okay, that is done. Slap another one of these on top to act as the interlock and keep this thing moving. Hello, Mobile Gamer Boy and Mathros. Yes, definitely made 100% sense. I think that is 100% true. Okay, so we've got another one of these. Oh, is this just 4 long? This is 4. Oh no, I need a light gray that's 6, which is this. So we'll snap in 2 of the little white things here. And I'm gonna move this down slightly. There we go. And then I've got green nubbies, which I have not seen before. So this is another new piece to me. Oh wait, what? I'm a little bit. Okay, yeah. So the green nubbies fit in between here. So I'm currently doing this part here. So you can see there's little green nubbies that have to surround what is a dark gray 4-piece, which fits in the middle. And that is going to be our next little level. Great, that's snapped in. Perfect. 150. We got some more green nubbies. Only this time they're going to go on top of blue nubbies. And we're going to do that twice. All right, because I've got 2. I was like, but there's 4 green things. But it's like, yeah, well, there's 4 green things because you've already got 2 on there. Goofus. Goofus and Gallant. All right. Here we are. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Eins, zwei, drei, vier. Lift your stein and drink your beer. You know, at some point I'm going to have to go back and count the number of ways that I repeatedly count things. Like using German, using English, sounding like the count. I feel like, you know, this must be a thing that Lego streamers run into. I'm curious. I guess I should watch some other Lego streamers and see, like, what do they do? Do they count these people? Like, how do they do things the same or different? Because I've never actually watched Lego streams. A lot of them are on Twitch in my experience. I haven't been able to find a lot on YouTube. So I think it's really like Twitch's creative directory makes this be the type of thing that people, you know, expect that they can't do on YouTube, and so they do it on Twitch and blah blah blah. Yeah, so like I don't see that many, so I don't end up watching that many. I did watch Twitch for a little while. But now I think they got rid of the fact that like Twitch Prime gives you ad-free viewing, and without ad-free viewing, I don't want to use Twitch. Their ads are so obnoxious. I mean, YouTube's ads are probably obnoxious too, but I don't see them because I pay to get rid of that shit. I don't want to pay $9 a month just to get rid of ads on Twitch. Like that's not worth it to me. So they got all these people hooked on Twitch Prime. And now they're like, yeah, now that everyone's hooked on Twitch Prime, we've realized that creators aren't making advertising money anymore, so we're going to stop that. All right, so we're going to lay 3 of these across the top. They're going to connect across these 1 high studs. In theory, there we go. Cool. 1 down, 2 to go. Here's my 2 pieces. But yeah, their ads are just so, like, doesn't feel like there's any rate limiting. So when you're it's not that they're obnoxious like when you're watching a stream, because usually people don't use mid-rolls or anything else like that. The problem is that like when you're trying to browse to find somebody who you find a little bit interesting, it's just so goddamn obnoxious because you're dealing with watching ads for every time you switch streams because they don't seem to have any rate limiting. So you watch like 30 seconds of a stream and then you go like watch another ad and they're all like 30-second unskippable ads. And you have to watch another one because, you know, you watch 30 seconds of a stream, and like YouTube doesn't do that. Like YouTube has rate limiting on its ads, so you don't see like an unskippable ad more than once every like n minutes. And it makes a huge difference when you're trying to browse something. It's not that I think that they have too many ads. It's not that I object to creators getting paid. It's just that like if I'm browsing around, I want to be able to find something, and you know, you can show me an ad every 12 seconds. Like I'm not really gonna keep looking. I'm just gonna be like, fuck this shit. Okay, so now we got another flat brown piece. Great. And now we will go on to, wow, okay. These are confusing. All right, so we're going to have a blue with a single red hook piece aligned with the direction of the 2x2. And then a yellow coming into that. So this one is definitely like, okay, so we got this, right? And then we've got a white stud in the middle of it. This is definitely like a little bit more fiddly. And I think it's only going to get more fiddly after that. So I'm going to have to build 4 of these. 4 of these little, like, this is like 6 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 pieces in this little space. Like, this is the size of a 2x2 brick. And you got 5 freaking pieces in it. Like, anyway. Yeah. And so these are going to snap on to here. So they slide onto these little green projectiles, which is interesting. Yeah. So you can see that here. Okay. So let's do that 4 more times. Lots of little fiddly bits here. Align my red with the direction of the piece. And then I put on 1 more piece. And then I add on this white stud. And then I find the hook that is the blood. The color of blood. I don't know. Something. Something, something, something. Okay. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. So it is Saturday here in the USA. It is currently 1:24 p.m. and I am putting together Legos. So my hope is that I'm going to be a little bit less, probably a little bit less like holding things up and demoing them. I changed the angle so that people can see what's going on a lot more easily, hopefully. That was my intent anyway. I really should have done an overhead view the entire time, but I didn't realize that until too late. So that's why you get the nice overhead view this time. Here's the piece we're working on, so you can kind of see that. And yeah, I'm hoping I can move a little bit quicker than I did in yesterday's stream, because otherwise I'll be here until like 8 o'clock. I had failed to take into account how much longer everything takes for me when I am like trying to demo it and explain it on stream. Just something that I hadn't really thought about. So, all right, I need this to face down like that. So other people said this is like a 3 to 4 hour build for them, and I am currently on hour like 4.5, and I am halfway done. So got a long way to go. Okay, so I'm going to take a 4x4 gray thing. I'm going to add 2 hooks underneath it. Sometimes so the thing about this is that sometimes there's orientation aspects of it, and sometimes the orientation aspects of it don't matter a lot, and I have a tendency to like fail to realize that. Okay, so I think this just has to go like that. Yeah. Okay, and 1 piece goes in here. So I'll be looking at a piece and being like, how do I know which side of this, unoriented like 2x4 that I need to attach this to? It's like you can do either way because there is no difference. It's like, oh yeah. All right, I think these are the dark gray ones, yeah. All right. So the biggest problem I guess I'll have is that once I build this, I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. I don't have space for this shit. So it's probably just going to sit in my, probably go to my office, sit on my desk. Okay. Still experimenting with how I want to kind of set up this space, but okay. 2 red things and a gray thing. Was gray thing? Yeah. And a blue thing. And with the blue thing comes the gray thing. And with the gray thing comes the blue thing. Everything is doing all right. I don't know where I'm going to. Okay, now we have 2 of these. Cool. Oh, and we still got to keep building. Okay. So we're going to take little yellow 3x2s. Attach them here and add a green ramp to the front of it. Yellow. Oh, wait. I did the green ramp on the wrong side. Gosh darn it. Green ramp on the red side. Green ramp on the red side. Green ramp on the red side. Everything is doing just fine. There is a green ramp on the right side. Got a green ramp on the right side and a yellow piece on the other side. I don't wanna Alright. Cool and cool and double up on blue. Put all my money on blue. Okay, do the same thing here. We got some double blues. Put on your blue suede shoes and I started the train. Oh no, I did the wrong thing here. WC in the alpha blues in the middle of the pouring rain, and I'm walking in Memphis. I'm walking in Memphis. Do you really feel the way I feel? Walking in Memphis. Yeah, so this is another example of like a lot of goddamn pieces to build something relatively small. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 pieces in this little thing that's not much bigger than a single 2x4 brick. Tiny, tiny little space with all these things in it. Alrighty. What comes next? Oh yeah, and now we're adding some more pieces that actually aren't adding any more volume to the total space. Because that's just the way we roll. Okay. I do feel like I'm making progress though. Like much smaller number of pieces than there were just 20 minutes ago. So I'm streaming 20 minutes ago? I was, okay. Not crazy. I'm not crazy, alright? It's fine. Okay, so these are going to attach to okay, so these just sit on top of this little brown connecting point. maybe. Thing is that feels like there's must have done something wrong here, I'm pretty sure. Because they don't really fit. They're tilted slightly, which feels wrong. Maybe they're not. All right, let's just keep going. I did get it in there, sort of. Was there like a piece down at the bottom of this that I missed? I did, wait, did I flip? I missed something. Okay, so do that, yeah. Did I just flip 155? Okay, I failed to do a couple steps. So let me come back, put this in here, which is fine, and then put some little black nubbies. Little black nubbies going in between. Little black nubbies, have you been seen? Little black nubbies, you're so fine, and I don't know how to make you mine. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Little black nubbies, you're so sweet. Little black nubbies, fill the holes that I don't know where they go. See, I accidentally skipped over like an entire page here, which I think is why I was having trouble. Turns out that if you fail to build some of the vertical integrated part of your structure, you're going to run into trouble. So, don't skip pages. All right, so now we got that, and we're going to have to lay down the law on top of this. So I'm confused though, because is this not gonna... Okay, that does just... All right, that's fine. All right, cool. Yeah, I just totally missed a page. Turn the page. Here I am on the road again. Here I go up on the stage. Here I am on the road again. Hello, Red Ranger. Welcome, welcome. I am just hanging out here and putting together some Lego, so I'm in good shape. I changed my camera angle to be above my head, so now I feel like you can see more of like the page and what's going on. The things you learn when you try a new style of streaming, you know, you gotta do it all. Also, I should move this slightly because I keep bumping it and I'm gonna tip it over. So we're building this rocket. This is where we got last night. Built this first stage. USA, USA. And I think we're building the second stage now. Although I don't actually know the pieces of the Saturn V rocket, but something like that. Yeah, just backtracking a bit because I figured out that I had screwed up. All right, so we've got blue things on these, and so these are going to go the other way. Hey, now it works. They don't bump into each other. I have not been like a big Lego person for a long time, so this is like a new experience for me. I mean, I had Legos, like normal Legos when I was a kid, but like I never had Technic or like a lot of these, you know, fancy builds. We just had kind of the bulk bin type Legos for the most part. And I did a couple of sets. Uh, I think Star Wars and stuff like that I remember. And possibly I have more that I've just forgotten about because, like, God knows, right? Like all memory is frail and faulty. But I don't remember doing much more than that. And so for me, this is definitely a new experience of kind of having this really complicated set of build instructions and all those pieces. And I like it now. I definitely, as a kid, think there's a good chance that I wouldn't have liked it. Like, why do I have to follow all these instructions? I just want to destroy the thing. And then, of course, there's the what do you do with it afterwards? So as an adult, I can be like, okay, I'm going to set it up. I'm going to, you know, make a display or whatever else like that. But as a kid, my tendency would just be to destroy it, and then we're going to have Lego pieces everywhere, most of which you can't reuse in some other kit very easily, right? Like, I don't have a lot of use for these rounded panels on the outside of this in some other build. So, so it is interesting just to experience that. There we go. It's like I like these small 2x1 gray pieces are actually like the primary thing that I have probably like misplaced. Well, I think I found the one that was missing. It's the only piece that I got far enough along that I actually like continued the build and couldn't rescue it. So there's currently a missing piece like partway through this build that I'll have to maybe repair at some point. But okay, so now I put these on the outside. So these are going to be more connection points to act as horizontal connection points for outer bracing, I think. So we got 4 of these. Cool. All right, so now I'm going to build some more pieces I haven't seen before. We've got these things, whatever these are, as well as brown hooks and some weird upside down stud, like round. Oh, okay, I think these are just the lights. Yeah, so these are this. Okay. So we're going to build 2 of these pieces together. Anyway, yeah, so we started this build last night. This was my Friday stream as well. Unfortunately, we did not get as far as I would have liked. I had read people who were like, this is like a 3 or 4 hour build for them. There's 2 things I failed to take into account. One is that they are much better at Lego than I am. And 2 is that when I live stream something, it just takes me so much longer because I do all the stuff like I just did, like showing people pieces or talking about it or drinking, you know, the important aspects of it. And I did have like 30-45 minutes of technical issues last night, which was really a downer, and was mostly my own fault. But I also had it was also just like way more slow going. So we made it through 6 of the 12 bags last night. We're on bag 7 now, and we've been streaming for what, 40 minutes, and we're coming towards the end of it, but gives you a sense of just kind of how slow going this is for me compared to someone who's a more expert Lego assembler. All right, so now we've got 4 little lights that swivel. So this is kind of cool. So these little things swivel, and what's going to happen is these are going to snap in place like that. That's what it looks like. So that's, I think, what this page is telling you, is push down on those. All right, so we will take this, put it on the blue, and then snap it down into place, maybe. There we go. And this is because these bits are a little bit fiddly. I think that they wanted to kind of do it that way. Since these are kind of a single, standing on top of a single stud, getting them into place and snapping things onto them is a little bit difficult. It's probably the biggest challenge that I've had with this build, is doing exactly this kind of maneuvering. So by having them be a little bit more flexible, you can kind of get them in place like that. Okay. So now we've got this really complicated looking structure. You can see those gold pieces at the top here is just what I just connected. So, all right. So that is 171 done. 172. So I think this is about halfway through the number of steps in the build. Okay. Build 2 of these. 2x4 with a gray piece on top and a yellow piece next to it. And these are going to sit on top of these are going to attach to my outward brown bricks here. Okay. Alrighty. Now we've got another roundy round platform. Circle in the middle. Two by one and or 1x4 and 1x2. We're gonna have running next to each other, basically squaring the circle, such as it were. And then we will take this. Anyway, so for anyone who's out there, I hope your weekend is going well so far. It was Thanksgiving here in the US, so some of us have already had a number of weekend-ish days, although some of us have also probably been traveling to see family, which is not exactly vacation for some folks. I did not travel to see family. We've mostly moved away from traveling to see family on major holidays because there's always so much stress around the holiday that it's just like it's easier and nicer to be able to go at a time when everyone isn't totally freaked out about things. So got a nice little piece built here, and let's see, we can combine. All right, so we're gonna stick a peg into this, hook up another piece to it to complete the peg, add a piece on top, which I assume is this double wide one, yes, at perpendicular to the peg, and then add some of these roundy pieces on the outside. Cool and cool. So now we have something that looks a little bit like that. And we'll do that twice. Hello.
Hi.
How
goes your
It goes. I've got Mrs. CPG come down to look at my rocket ship.
You found the 5th.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I actually have not.
Very complicated.
I have not lost any pieces yet. There is one piece that I did not find while I was building it, so I will have to, after I'm done, kind of tear it back apart and replace that piece in there. But I have found all of the pieces that I was missing. They are all here.
Extremely complicated.
Well, they break it down into 343 easy steps, so. Alrighty.
So what kind of crowd do you have with you today?
Just me.
There's a lot of bright colors in there. I don't think the space program is having lots of
There were bright colors in here too. The bright colors go on the inside. So all of this fits inside here.
Is that the limb?
What's that? No. Now we'll do the same thing, but different. So that was stage 178, 179. Looks very similar, except when we do the pieces on the outside, they are not just those two wides, they're actually these two ramp things. So this is actually, like, these rampy pieces are actually pieces I've seen before, unlike so many of these. Yeah, okay, so now we've got these two go together. Snap and snap. Put it together and... Oh wait, no, that's wrong. Don't do that. Put it back the other way. Yeah, so the... There you go. Cool. 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. Yeah, so now we've got these little ramps that come in, and it looks kind of like this. And this forms the base onto which this lines up. The non-ramp ones aligned with the... All right. So that's kind of solidly in there. That's good. Boop. All right. So that is step 180 done. Huh. I'm a little bit concerned because I've got a lot of extra white studs. And I'm a little bit concerned that they were supposed to go somewhere because I don't remember. Yeah, so there's 4 white studs. Oh, crap. Okay. So even after going back to the page that I missed, I still screwed up. These black pieces are supposed to sit on top of white studs. Which is going to bring us down to, I think, 2 extra studs, which seems about right for what they're doing with this. Yeah, 3. 3 seems like a bit much, but not crazy much. Okay. Alrighty. So we got 3 extra white studs, but it's probably not the end of the world. There we go. That add a little bit more solidity to that too, which is good. Oh, another interesting thing is that these red pieces here rotate. Actually, and so that's part of the reason why using the bits that lock on top was relevant. It's because these need to rotate back and forth a little bit. So. Okay, so we got 4 extra white studs, 1 extra gold stud. A little bit concerned that I've missed some other set of white studs. I did miss another set of white studs. Okay. There we go. Whoop. Yeah, so when I was building that little contraption that is red and yellow and putting white studs on it, it was supposed to be 2 white studs, not 1 on each of them. And because they don't actually connect anywhere, it wasn't immediately obvious that I had screwed it up. Trying to remember where this is. Now I can't pull that out easily. Okay. So I got 2 of them in there. I got 2 more that belong in a different spot, but that's fine. And then 1 extra orange stud, which seems about right. Put these in my little stack of pieces I will maybe try and reuse later. Okay, there we go. So bag 7 complete with only a minor mistake. So basically what is wrong here is that this little red piece here has 2 studs. This little red piece here only has 1, so this isn't going to connect as well on this. It's supposed to be out and flat with it. So unfortunately, in order to remove that, I have to do a bunch of stuff. I don't think I can. Actually, maybe I can. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. I can just take that whole top piece off. Grab my 2 white studs. Snap them on. Snap on. Snap off. Snap on. Snap off. Boop, 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 boop. It's actually clap on, clap off, but whatever. All right, and last stud to finish out this, which leaves us with 1 extra piece, which is totally within the realm of possibility. And snap this in here. Interesting. Okay, so those don't line up anyway. Comes a lot closer, but... All right. Well, that's fine. Cool. All right, so that brings us to bag 8 and step 181. And you can see that we're going to add kind of the United States on the outside here. So we'll go ahead and grab bag 8. My scissors. And my little bag of bits. All right, scissors get out of the way. Step 1, yellow piece. And weird gray circular thing. And step. Okay. So this connects under here. Yellow connects here. I'm just building one of those? That's odd. Not used to just building one of anything. And this connects to the outside of here. All right. So now we're going to take a long black veil, no, a long blue piece with a white nubby. We're going to attach another white nubby with a black stud on the bottom. And okay. Take a double long white piece, slide that on the outside, and put a black piece in the middle to connect. I'll probably do that a couple more times. Double white. and a black, double white, and a black, one, two, three, okay, double white, and a black. And then we will take another white rotator bit, attach it to the outside, and add a blue 2x1 underneath to complete step 188. 189 is going to be to attach this gray thing to the top of a long, skinny brown one in the middle. Snap those together and snap this on top. So now we have a piece that looks like this. It's interesting, these are, well, not quite to scale, but similar. Okay, I got little flippy bits. Flippity bits, flippity bits, flippity 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 bits, which will attach to the outside here. It's basically going to give us a hinge to pivot on. And I enjoy IKEA furniture assembly too. And frankly, taking pieces of this apart to go back and fix things is way easier than taking IKEA furniture bits apart. So I am just fine with that. Flibberty gibbets, flibberty gibbets, flibberty, flibberty, flibberty gibbets. Go ahead and add these on all the way up. And what do we get now? Oh. Okay. So step 191 is to add a little bit more to this. So as you can see here, we've built this kind of complex little contraption, which is probably going to be like another one of those fuel lines like we had yesterday. Okay. Now we'll take this small rod, connect it here, and underneath the piece that we've already connected, we will attach these. There we go. So yeah, so this side was special because it's the only side we did this on, and because we've got another piece here that is not symmetrical, that's what we've got. So that completes 193. We're on to page 194. Again, we start with a roundy round. Round and round and round she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows. Da 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 no 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 no. It's Christmas time, right? You can sing Christmas music now. Pretty sure that's how that works. All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, so one of these says United on it. I got states. I need United. States. States. United. States, United, States, States, United, States, United, States, States, United. Saint Lucia? I don't know who Saint Lucia is, but I'm not going to sing any carols for that lady. Santa Lucia. Cool. Oh, Saint Lucia is a day. I mean, presumably she was also a saint, but in particular, you're referencing her saint's day. "I see," said the blind man to his deaf dog as he picked up his hammer and saw. Black stud? Need a black stud. There it is. Here is a black stud, a little stud that's black. It is a black stud, and it ain't coming back. Little red thing to slide in here. Cool. And I'm going to attach something to the top, which is basically going to be a little nozzle. So we got a white stud, we got a bright white barrel plug, and we've got a topper. So this is step 201 that we're doing here. And attach to the top. And that finishes up this little path of connection here. Cool. So now you can see it says United. We'll probably add some states to that later. Oh, now. Okay, sure. It's later, I think. And we've got a 6 long piece here. Nope. What if I'm doing something wrong? Oh no, they just don't correct all the way to the top. Okay. Da, 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 da. And here. Cool. All right. So now it says United States. Take a brown piece and set it next to it, and add another brown piece. Oop. Am I going to have to do this 4 times? I'm a little bit confused as to how exactly this is going to play out. Well, I can't do the same thing 4 times because I used up a bunch of pieces that I only have 1 set of. So that doesn't make sense. All right. Add another hinge here. The swinging door of fuel lines. All right. Now we've got a long blank piece, which is 1 down from the top. We've got a hook a bit here, and some more here. A little 1 by what's it, and 1 by what's it. Okay, so that completes that side of it. Now we'll do the other side. Black piece. Black piece. Ba ba black piece, have you any wool? Yes sir, 3 bags full. 1 for my master, 1 for the lane maid, 1 for the little boy who lives down the lane. Ba ba black piece, have you any wool? Yes sir, 3 bags full. That's too short. That is not. There we go. Cool. And these go around and round and round we go. Where they stop, nobody knows. There we go. So this is now filled in. Oh, well this looks kind of familiar. Okay. take our stepping stair, have our pipe attached to it, add the yellow sticking out. This time, though, we're adding a flat white piece on top, which is interesting and different. Different than the last time. This is the new shit, same as the old shit. It's the new style. Boom, boom, boom. No. United States. United we stand. United Federated Products. It's a better quality of product. How do I... Oh god, broke a piece. Now we'll have to go back on. There we go. And now we can attach this. Okay, cool. So now we've got United States here, we've got United, and I expect we'll add some states on the next step. So that brings us to 213. 214, yeah. Finish up states and add some black dots down the side. Not United, I want some states. There we go. So now we've got all of that. Great. We're going to do something very similar again. So again, we'll take a brown piece, we'll add a 4x2 or 2x4, we'll add this underneath, another brown piece on top. It's surprising to me that these, I don't know, usually when I'm doing something like this, they can figure out a way to take them and make them be like build 4 of these at once, and I definitely have done the same thing at least twice now, maybe 3 times, but I guess they don't actually work that way. In part, it may just be that you're doing such a different thing, like they don't want to say like build this and set it aside because there's no words, obviously. So there's components of it where you have to make the choice which is for easy explainability without words, even if it's a little bit repetitive and you lose out on some of the ability to repeat things as a result. All right, black. Oh, did I just take off the right thing and put it back on the wrong thing? White, black, white, white, black, white, white, black, might, white. Who knows which color is the mice? I don't know what to do. I know that I build this too. Alrighty. Making progress, making progress. There we go. And now we add a flat 2x2 at the top of this, which should leave us with 1 brown stud and several gray studs, which it does. And this goes, oh, we have to do that twice. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. Like, they actually have you do this part twice, but I failed to realize that was what was going to happen, so I didn't do all the bits twice. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine, Lego. Just make me, you know, avoid some ability to rapidly repeat things. I understand. I see how it goes. Got a hinge on the bottom. Oh, I've also got to add that. White, black, white. Black hooks and black hooks. Oops, wrong way. And black separator for hooks. Now we'll have a small ramp, followed by a flat 2x2. No studs. No studs. I don't want no studs. A stud is a scrub who can't get no love from me. Hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. I don't want your number, no. I don't want to give you mine, and no. I don't want to meet you nowhere, no. Don't want none of your time, and no. I don't want no scrubs. Scrub is the guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. I'm feeling like this particular step is familiar as well. I'm actually going to do this 2 times this time, though, so that's nice. Alright, got that. And this. Again, though, we're getting towards the end of another bag of Lego. An hour and 15 minutes in, and we have completed almost 2 bags. So, it's progress. Okay. Yeah, so now we're getting, like, these little, 4 little round things here that'll be a connection point for the next stage, I assume. And again, we will take a brown, a gray, take a twofer, add the thing to that. United, divided, united, divided, united, divided, united, divided. Okay, put this on the outside. Do that again. 76 trombones led the big parade. 101 do 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 do. We're all American. That. All right, so I got 2 Uniteds. Sorry, I was just listening to the discussion upstairs. I think someone just tried to let us know that our cat got outside, which is like, yeah, pretty much. That's one of the things he does. Hello, Ichabod. Were you outside? Were you causing trouble? Did you come to cause me trouble? I didn't hop up on the table and spread my Legos all over, so I guess there's that going for you. Which is nice. Yes, there were no notifications. That's expected because I used up my notification quota last night with my silly broken streams. Hello.
Hi.
Ichabod or some other cat?
Ichabod.
Okay.
And what happened was, am I off camera?
You're not on camera, that is correct.
Okay, well, doesn't really matter. What happened
The camera is up there, so.
Hi, camera. What happened was that a lady came and knocked on our door.
Yep.
And informed me that the cat wanted to come inside.
Yep.
I said, yep, he probably does. She said, but he was looking at me. So I double parked my car. Because it was quite clear that he wanted to come inside, but he had no hands to knock with.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a meow to meow with. So, I feel like he has tools here.
He does have tools, but...
Apparently she felt it was very important that...
She banged on the door for a little while.
It's very
So what is that?
important. What is what? This is part of a rocket.
Right, but what part of it?
I don't know. I would have to like look that up after it's put together. I think that this is the part of the second stage. This is the first stage.
Okay.
Ugh. This is the second stage. So it's gonna sit here. And there's gonna be rockets on the bottom.
So what are you gonna do with it after you?
That is an open question.
But was this a good birthday, Christmas, like 5 years ago present?
It was a Christmas present last year. It was not 5 years ago. Yeah, I think that this is the second stage. But I'm not sure. Because I don't know. I do know that there's like a thing in here which looks like another rocket booster, but not really. So I thought that was the second stage, but then I thought that this was like stage 1 and this was stage 2, but now I think this is stage 1 and this is stage 2, and I don't even know how many stages there are in a Saturn V. So, yeah. Okay, so that was bag 8, which is done. And now we're bag 9, which I've already unpacked because bag 9 I thought was bag 6.
Okay.
You don't have to do that part. Nah.
Why would I not do that part? It makes it a lot easier.
I have not found that to be the case. You are welcome to if you want to, but I have not been.
Indeed, I prefer to do it my way.
Gotta do it my way. Alright, so we got some... This one doesn't have very many little bitty pieces, which is good. So this is going to be the outer shell of this second stage. So you can see it's got a lot of these cowling pieces that are going to end up going around the outside. Okay. So yeah, we're going to build 4 cowlings, basically. Take this. Take a gray piece.
One of these?
3 stages to orbit. So I'm good. Yeah, I'm going to take one of these. Oh, I did that the wrong way. Rotatey bit to here.
Okay.
And here.
I think the reason it's so colorful is to make it so that you're not, so it's a little bit more distinguishable.
Yes. No, definitely.
Am I blocking the camera?
You're fine. The colors are definitely an attempt to make it easier to build. Like that's not in question. I agree. All right, and so now we'll take another one of these, attach it here, attach another of these. Anyway, hi Leif, welcome. Glad you made it. Got the Discord notification at least. YouTube notifications are terrible, but you know. Okay, so I'm just gonna build 4 of these now. 3. 1 and all, and play ball. Thank you very much.
I live to serve.
Indeed. Okay, so 3...
Ooh! Indeed, I live to serve.
It's
a great way of making you sound like a sexist pig.
Okay. Yeah, so if it's 3 stages to orbit, then I think that this is the second stage. And because my memory of the Saturn V was totally broken, I said a bunch of things that were wrong last night. But hey, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Okay. Do another one of these. Whoops. There we go. Alright. Got that. Got that. Yeah, so this is a lot of big pieces as opposed to a lot of little pieces. So this bag is definitely going to be a lot quicker. The little pieces are definitely a challenge to work with. Okay, so did we do that right? I think we did. Alright, so now we have... Oh, nope, I need to take these and attach them. That, and that.
Do you have extras at any point?
Those are the extra pieces, one of which is not extra. Okay, so those are 4 of what we've got here. We can turn the page to step 232. Here I am on the road again. Here I go up on the stage. Here I am when we smile again. There I go. Turn the page.
This is step 3.
You're kind of blocking my view of my instructions. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes,
sir.
Sorry. All right. So we've got some little bits here that we're going to attach, which use up all of these gray pieces and all these blue pieces, which is good. Means they haven't done anything wrong or screwed anything up or missed any pieces.
You have great faith.
I mean, I'm sure I've missed something, but done it approximately right, which is good.
But you didn't attach the black piece on top.
Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet. There we go. 4 of these little things looking good. And now we've got a black piece around the bottom that will sit on top of this. So this has got to be like, I mean, maybe this isn't a custom piece, but this is, you know, another one of these like pieces that feels like it's probably custom. Then again, I mean, this was originally a fan build, so I assume that almost all of the pieces of this, at least as it was originally designed, were something you could buy. So what do we got here? I think we want these. Yeah, 2 of these. Okay. Snap these on here. And these on here. And these on here. If you see something you feel you can do, feel free.
Oh, I'm waiting for you to get all 4 started before I take over doing one.
And then I think that at the bottom of this...
blacks at the bottom.
Yep.
Okay, so...
1, 2, 3. White here. White here. White here. Yep.
Do you want the model?
Oops, sorry. Up on the stage, there I am. On the road again, there I go. Turn the page. Flying piece. Just landed on the keyboard, no problem. Okay, so now we got a whole lot of cowling pieces to apply. 16 each times 4. 64. When I get older, losing my hair, many years from now, although I'm losing my hair now, will you still be sending me a Valentine?
Yes.
Birthday greetings, bottle of wine. If I've been out till 2:45, would you lock the door? Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? Cool. We will scrimp and save grandchildren on your knee. Vera, Chuck, and Dave. Excellent. Sorry.
No problem, my lord.
Alrighty. Getting quick work of these with the help of Mrs. CPG.
And I don't even know how to do Lego.
Well, like I said, you don't have to know how to do Lego. You just have to follow the instructions.
My concern is that you'll now make me assemble shit from IKEA, which is not acceptable.
I don't believe that I have ever attempted to make you assemble things from IKEA.
Here's our problem.
What is our problem?
Well,
Are we missing some?
indeed we are.
I got it.
You do. Right. You need it right there.
Oh. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, these go on the outside. They're all the same, so there's no real risk of screwing it up.
There's always a risk of screwing it up.
Well, there's no risk of screwing up which piece you apply, because they're all the same. Could put it on upside down, I guess, but... There we go. And another. And another. Another piece of Lego. Ugh. There we go. A little bit wobbly and loose, but we got that in there eventually. And one final step in this part of the build.
You say this was a fan build first?
Yeah. So this is one of the series of fan builds that was created into an original Lego creation, or not, whatever. Like, yeah, there's a whole series of them apparently where they take fan work and then they
Made it give them kits?
yeah made it into official kits. Okay, cool. A little bit. There we go. Okay.
A hard time believing these weren't modified at all.
Yeah, so apparently there's hello Jerry Blake. Apparently there's a lot of these pieces that are just normal. They come in like the Technic sets apparently. So there's definitely some where I'm like, this has to be like a custom piece. And someone last night was like, no, that's just like a normal like Technic piece, which I never had Lego Technics. That was too fancy for my blood. So
You mean your parents weren't going to pay for them?
well, I mean, I wasn't going to pay for them. You know, I had money. I had a job to buy my own Legos if I chose, but I chose
Are
to
you
spend my
wearing
money.
that t-shirt that says you were young and you needed the money?
No, I wore that yesterday. Cat hair. Or not. Okay, cool. So that is the second stage. Now we're on to bag 10 and step 236.
I know you think this is all unnecessary.
Okay, is there a small bag in there inside?
Yes.
Okay. Hand that to me, and I can cut it open. Okay. Now we've got, so far we've got big first stage, smaller second stage. Set both of those aside for now. Move them so I don't flip the page and tip them over. Uno, dos, cuatro. Hit it. Ugh. Take lots of this little plasticky bits, get them out of here. Don't need my scissors anymore.
You will for bags 11 and 12.
Yeah, I know. I don't need them to do this part of the assembly. That's all.
There's this little orangey bit that I don't know.
Yep.
All right, 4 of them.
Should be 4 of them. That does not surprise me. Okay.
No, more than 4.
Got grills. Should be 8 then, probably. I was gonna say.
I think so. Maybe.
Could also be 5. For those little ones, they oftentimes give you 1 extra in case you lose one. So. Alright. Little blue backpack.
You want blues?
I got it. Put on your blue suede piece and start a train. Here we go. Grey's Anatomy. But yes, in the end, I abandoned the idea of setting out all of the pieces ahead of time, in part after realizing that cats are a thing.
Cats are indeed a thing.
There's a chair behind you if you'd like to grab a chair.
No, I'm going to go up in a minute.
Okay.
So what you've got here is 5 identical these, 5 identical these. They are round and gray. You have 5 white plastic rods too, and you have 5 of the orange things.
Gotcha. All right, so maybe there's 5 engines probably.
These are your blue 2x1s. These are your gray 4x4s, and a lot of them are sitting sideways.
That's fine.
But there are 4 flat ones. 4 flat 2x2s.
Sounds great.
So.
Thanks for helping me out.
Well, according to you, this doesn't help.
I appreciate it all. I didn't say it didn't help. I said that I don't do it. There's a difference.
Is there?
Yes.
What's the difference?
The difference is that there are many things that I don't do that are still helpful.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why am I confused on this? Why is this not? It should just sit right on top of it. Oh, it's to one side. Okay. Oh, did this wrong, but that's fine. Okay. So we're gonna build 4 of these. We've got 1 done. Nope. 1 done, I said. Okay. Grab 2 more of these. We got 2 of those here. 2 pieces here and 2 pieces here. Yeah, so Mrs. CPG helped us lay out all the pieces here. Cool. So we've got a yellow, goes on top. And white grill to go on the outside. Yeah, so I expect those 5 little orange dots are going to be for 5 engines. I think there's 5 engines on the second stage as well. And we've also got 5 bells here. So these are going to be our 5 engine bells that go with those fiery burners. Okay. And the part I'm working on now, there's 4 of, so those are not going to be related to engines. You can tell a lot about these things just from the symmetry of the pieces that we're working with. All right, put these together. Put them here, add this piece on the outside. Whoops. Snap, baby, snap. Ugh, there we go. Anyway, happy Saturday, Jerry, if you're still around. So what's your favorite Lego build that you've ever done? I have done almost none, so I don't have a good answer to that other than this one. So I'm easy peasy lemon squeezy. So we are 1.5 hours in, and we've actually gone through 3 bags, thanks to that bag 9 being a really quick one. So we're at about ½ hour per bag, and we've got 3 bags left, including the one I'm working on now. So we're making good time here, making good pace. Again, we will slap some of these on the sides here. Grill work will fit in between the gaps of the stage that we just finished, the places where we took off the white cowling. So you can see here we've got these gaps, and we're going to fill them in with these pieces, I believe. There we go. There we go. There we go. And there we go. Okay. So now we've got half of those filled in with grill, and the rest of this is going to fill in shortly. They're just set up a little bit differently. So we're going to build 4 more of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. 4. We've got 4 more black things. 4 more black things. Have you any wool? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 bags full. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So now we can snap. Step 1. You can have lots of fun. Step 2. There's so much we can do. Step 3. It's just you and me. Step 4. Don't you know that I'll give you more? Step 5. Don't you know that your time has arrived? Okay. Petey Pan Mofo. It's a lot bigger than it looks on the box. I mean, it's a big box. Let's just be clear. I don't know what exactly you were expecting, but definitely the box is like the size of me, so I don't know. But yeah, I think it ends up being a little bit over 3 feet tall, which is pretty high. I was saying it was the tallest Lego build last night. I guess I was wrong on that. It's not the tallest Lego build. The Eiffel Tower is taller, but there's not a lot of Lego builds that are taller, so. So what is your favorite Lego kit build process experience? Did you play with Legos as a kid? Did you enjoy Legos as a kid? I played Legos, but with simple bricks. I would like fight to try and make like the whole wall of my house one color because, you know, we had mixed colors. So I'd have like one wall that was entirely red bricks, and I'd be very proud of myself. And then the next wall would be like a combination of green and red and yellow because that was all I had. But yeah, so far we are setting aside my 30 to 45 minutes of technical difficulties last night. We're probably on about hour 5 of this build. We're on our 10th bag. And continuing to make progress here. 10th out of 12. So we're on step 237 rather, of our process. I'm not sure I understand. Siri, stop talking to me. I wasn't talking to you. I don't know why you're talking to me. Shoot, did that one wrong. So the pieces here have to be aligned in a certain way, otherwise they don't actually fit in with the little snaps here, but got that. And then these remainder grill pieces are going to, oh, hello cat. These remainder grill pieces are going to probably fill in the gaps here. Please don't knock over my rocket. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to take my 4 flat gray pieces. Oh, you did the Millennium Falcon. That one is a pretty big build too, right? This is 1,969 pieces, but I feel like the Falcon is bigger and more expensive, if I remember correctly. So I could be misremembering, but definitely we were talking about expensive ones last night. The other one, of course, is like a Death Star that's pretty spendy as well. Zoom in a little more. So yeah, so these are flat 2x2s that I'm putting the grill pieces on that will fill in these gaps. Yeah, so I have not done any Lego for a long time, but I honestly really enjoy this process. I think that I think that if I was gonna do like another live stream like this, I would be looking for a kit that was about half this size. I think that what I have is just a little bit too big for me to do. Part of that, of course, is that it gets easier as you do more of them. So I might find that like if I did another one, I wouldn't mind so much. But with how I do live streams, it ends up being, you know, a bit of a challenge. All right. So we've got cowling all around, grill all around here. So now this is all solid. And we're going to add some pieces to the top. Rising up. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. So this is basically making the ramp to the smaller aspect of the next stage, it looks like. Uh-oh. Yeah, this little bit, I had a little trouble getting this actually connected. Let's see if I can get this back in here. I don't know why this is so stuck. Let's take this out, flip this down. There we go. Seems like it's going to be a little bit better. Oh no, it's sticking on this edge of this other brick. Interesting. Okay. Stop. Okay. Leave me alone, Siri. I don't know why you think I'm talking to you, but I wasn't, and I'm still not. Okay. Be calm. Yeah, so why is this sticking here? Did I have this problem on the other side too? A little bit. Just doing a little bit of unsticking. Thanks, Red Ranger. I'm making good progress. I'm pretty happy. So I think we're going to be in good shape. pull this out. Get that in there. Okay, put this back on. This bit is too fiddly for me. Okay, that's fine. This is attached. This is in here. Think this way, yeah. Snapped in. Now we will attach this back to here. Great. I don't know why I had so much trouble with that, but whatever. It's done. Moving along. And the next. So that was a 10-minute diversion, but whatever. Okay, that brings us to step 239, where we will take 4 little blue things and attach them to 4 little red things. So these are probably going to be mounted vertically. I am expecting that they're going to mount above my, whatever these little poles are that I'm seeing for vertical holes. So there's 4 holes here. I think they're going to go above those, but we'll see shortly. Oh, I'm wrong. Okay, so these go at the intersections here. 1. Interesting. So they're kind of inside and outside. All facing the outside. So you can see that. I've already got these here. So 1, 2, can kind of support stuff coming in and sitting in them. All right. And then we will take our 4 little platforms and 4 of these rounded black pieces. Okay. Got our telephone handset pieces is what these look like. Boop, boop, boop. Yes, the sorting was helpful. Like I said, did not question whether it was helpful. I'm building Legos. That's what's happening here. Welcome, David. David. Mi hermano. All right. No, I think I screwed up a couple of these. I think these go on the outside. Okay. There we go. I don't know what made me think other. Oh no! Come back. Not ready for launch yet. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the box is in the thumbnail, but... We're building this. All right. So something about how I've built this particular bit makes it more fiddly than it should be. I don't know what I've done wrong, but something I'm sure. Okay, so let's get this here. Mount this back to here. Ugh. There we go. Snap that back in. Get this back in as well. Okay. Now we're back to before I broke it. Sort of. Alright. Guy or Toto? I have no idea what you're talking about. No idea what is being said. No idea what is being read. Calm. There we go. That piece goes there. Now let's slide this in and make the connection. There we go. It feels a little bit more solid, maybe. Anyway, so yes, this is the Saturn V Lego build. It's one of the taller Lego builds that you can buy as a kit, along with the Eiffel Tower. It is 1,969 pieces to celebrate, of course, the moon landing in 1969. It is a pretty cool Lego set. I don't have a lot of experience with Lego, so it's definitely a bit of a challenge for me to put together, but it's not bad. Oh, yeah, I mean, that's a occasional thing. Ends up being about 3 feet tall. So far we've got this piece, which is the first stage. We're working on the second stage now, and then, of course, there's more after that. So, okay, so this is kind of doing this angled bit here is going to be the connection to our next third stage. All right, so we'll take 4 blue pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Basement. And we will take all of these little black pieces that go along with it. Okay. Build 4 of these. It is cold. It's not particularly damp when it's not raining. And it is short, but, you know, it's not so short that it can't hold a Saturn V, so. All right, we got that and this. Okay, so now we got 4 little cowlings that go together, and these will snap on to these ramps that we just built and attached. Oopsie. But yeah, it's about 55 degrees down here, which frankly, Dave, you would consider warm, so. All right. So this is going to be our engines. So the reason for doing it down here is just to have more space. I needed a whole table. I don't have enough room on my desk to build this. I don't have enough room on my desk to build this upstairs, so. Okay, so we have 5 of these. So we stick this on the outside, I think. So this is going to be a motor, or engine, right? It's rocket ship, it's engines, not motors. Rocket engine. Yeah, that sounds right. Cool. 1 down. Civ is civilization. It is a game that you can play on the computer. Gandhi is it's a game about civilizing the world, and you've got to get points and shit. Gandhi is one of the people that you fight against. He represents the character from India. There's a bunch of different. So they have Gandhi, and they have Mother Teresa, and they have other things like that. And so your goal is to take over the world. Unfortunately, Gandhi has a tendency to develop nuclear weapons, which is kind of an in-joke. So in the original Civ game, they had basically, like, you could, if you picked up the diplomacy skill, it would lower your aggression by 2 points. But Gandhi's aggression was already set at was already set at 0 or 1, and so when you subtracted 2 from 1, it went to -1 or to 255. So if Gandhi, you picked up diplomacy, then Gandhi would become this overbearing, nuclear addled, super aggressive person. And so ever since that original bug in the game, they've kind of maintained the same thing in all of the other civs since then. Oh shit. Oh, Mary Teresa. Okay. So see how there's 3 holes and then the 4th one doesn't have a hole here? That's because I oriented those pieces the wrong way. So now I gotta take this back apart to rotate it. Shit balls. People who are sitting in front of a black background wear a white hoodie is the answer to that question. All right, then the answer to that question is I do. Very simple answer, actually. Okay. So I fixed that and only broke off 2 of my top pieces here. That's good. Let's repair this. Okay. That is fixed, and this is fixed. Cool. All right, so now you can see I have got, now there's 5 spots, and I can insert the 5 engines of the second stage in those spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Oh no, why did that fall out? It's not really attached very well, but like a trick to this that I'm missing? Okay. I don't think there's a trick to it. They're just a little bit finicky. Yeah, that piece is just a little bit loose. So, okay. So, second stage built. And so now we have our second stage. Cool. And that wraps up bag number 10. And this can actually slide on top of the other bit here, apparently. Ugh. My ship is falling apart. There we go. All right. So we got that. Got this. Now. There we go. I think. Cool. So that's where we're at so far. Ugh. Stage 1 and 2 complete. Got a few extra engine-y bits that fell off, but they're easy to reassemble. And now we move on to bag 11. Where did my scissors go? She's probably going to come down here and try and organize all these pieces. So I should just do it before she gets here. Otherwise I'll be in trouble. Because she thinks that all pieces should be organized when you're going to do Lego builds, because she's right and I'm just lazy. Maybe not. Hello, Julianne. Welcome, welcome. Hey, it's like a whole family reunion up in here. We got Jess, and Julie, and my brother. My other brother came last night. Okay. There we go.
Wait, you're doing it yourself.
Yeah, because I heard you coming down the stairs and I knew what you were coming for, so.
But that way you can entertain your audience while I properly tidy up after you.
I can't entertain my audience. That's not a thing.
Why do you think people come here?
I don't know, because
they think you're awesome, that's why.
Someone sends them a link and says, go here.
That's not what I do.
Oh?
Okay, yes, it is what I do, but it's...
It's exactly what you do, in fact,
but,
madam.
But
Look, it's a tall rocket.
May I see?
Oh!
Not as heavy as I thought.
Yeah.
It doesn't marry quite as neatly as I thought.
Well, that's me, not just...
Don't touch.
There are
you
some...
Lost
I know.
Flame.
I already said that. Yes, there are some pieces which are not exactly well aligned, and that is mostly things that I need to kind of poke at and improve, but it's pretty good.
I agree. I think it's quite impressive, and I'm glad that you did it so that I could just in time for me to figure out something new for Christmas this year.
Okay. If I made you happy now. Although I've got
Am I not entertained?
2 more little bags of things here.
I'll sort those two. Focus on your audience. Focus on your acolytes.
Yeah, I'm not worried about acolytes. I'm just building Legos.
I told Dave to come here and make fun of you.
Okay.
Did he fulfill his role as a younger brother?
After my indiscretion. I don't know what you're talking about. All right.
Which indiscretion?
I don't know. That's what I just said. All right. I got a circle piece, and I need a circular green round piece.
Green?
Yeah, that one. Alright, so I put this together. We go together like Rama Lama Lama, a ding 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 dong. Remember forever like shoo-wop shoo-wada wada dee boom dee boom. Chang chang changity chang shabop. That's the way it should be. Wahoo, yeah. Yeah, that's... They don't get to stop me being on YouTube. They didn't ask me to stop being on YouTube. I've had a number of conversations with people at work, and they're all wrong, and I am right, as always.
Yes, of course, my love.
That's how it works.
You mixed 2 bags together.
I did not. This one bag over here and one bag over there.
Well, it spilled into my half.
I am so sorry.
No, you're not.
That is correct. Alright, so I'm basically building this little box. I don't know what this is supposed to be.
It's putting a square peg into a round hole using only a sock and duct tape. Didn't you see that scene from Apollo 13?
Yes, but this is not Apollo 13. This is Apollo 1. Apollo 13 was in 1970.
I thought this was the moon landing kit.
Yeah, which is Apollo 11.
Yeah. So why did you say Apollo 1?
I meant to say 11.
Okay, I have one random orange bit, so I will have to see where that goes.
Okay, so now I take this and I add 2
Put
little
on your robe and wizard hat.
blue things. That's true, I do not
Do not what?
know the shape of his hole.
What? Wait, what?
I do not know the shape of his hole.
Who's his?
Dave.
What?
I mean, you ask questions. I don't know.
I don't know what he's talking about, and I'm kind of disturbed.
Okay. Welcome to the real world. Telephones, telephones, telephones. Telephone a man.
Where do you want black?
I don't care. Alright, so now I take these. I need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then we will stack up 3 tall with a brown piece on top. This goes right in the middle. But yes, thankfully when Ichabod walked across the table,
He didn't knock it all over.
he didn't knock everything over, which is good.
Sorry on Ichabod. Those gingers are nothing but trouble.
Alright, we've got... Oh, no, I need to do this the other way. Yeah, Julie's at her dad's house, so her internet problems are not my fault.
What's going on with Julie and the internet?
She's complaining there's buffering.
She's lucky that the carrier pigeon internet is working out there.
16 terabytes a second, apparently, is what her internet runs at. I think you mean kilobytes per second, but it's alright.
Okay, red. White something.
Okay, need 2 of these. Ah. But yes, my previous stream, Dave, was last week, 2 weeks ago, last week, 2 weeks ago, was cleaning out the basement. So I threw out a whole bunch of trash after that, which allowed me to have more space. So then I could come down here and have a lovely live stream with all of you people in a space where I have more space, because I do not have enough space at my desk to put together this build. If I took all of my stuff off my desk, including like my monitors, I guess I could, but then it would be kind of hard to stream because, you know, I need a monitor. So I can see what the heck is going on. I said, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, 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 yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? And I tried. Oh my God, I tried all the time.
Okay. Can I quickly outline what I did?
Sure.
Everything is sorted entirely by color and like with like.
Cool.
So, the problem is, while the bright colors are kind of obvious, there's an awful lot of white and black and gray pieces.
That's fine. Not worried about it.
I promise you, everything is with its own time.
Everything is turning up Millhouse.
I don't know what that means.
That's a Simpsons reference.
I figured that part out. Call me when it's time to break open bag 12.
Okay.
Unless you just believe that you don't need a woman telling you how to do this.
I think I'll be able to figure it out one way or the other, but...
Fine, be that way.
I'm just saying.
Your brother wants to know if we can go someplace.
I saw. Okay, so we are on step 254 of this build. I don't know what you want me to do. You want me to do this. Okay. And then And go around again. Here we go, here we go, here we go again. Here we go again. Shoulda known, shoulda known, shoulda known again. Oh, here we go again. Alright. Got a nice little green top on this, and a blue as well. I wonder why they use 2 blue 4x4s instead of 1 piece. Will do. Okay. Take a black piece, put a blue piece on top of it, put a black piece on top of that, and put a... What? And then attach hinges to the outside. We got white dots. Deputy likes dots. And then we do it again. Black piece, blue piece, black piece on top of that. Hinges on the up top. And white dots. And then we'll attach this to the outside. What's this? All right, and a black piece across the top to hold the whole thing together. There's another one of those fiddly little bits that like ends up being super complicated. Like you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 2 plus 4, 20 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 24 pieces for this one little thing. It's like, come on, just make me a special piece or something. Okay, so now long ways across. So this is going to be the core of the third stage, basically. Again, take a black thing, add 2 dots and hinges. Got 4 more hinges, so that's great. I've used up all my hinges. To the sign that I've done something correctly, as long as I don't end up needing another hinge later, in which case it will be a sign I haven't done something correctly. We got black bits at the top. Black cowling specifically. Black cowling, white Cowling. White Cowling. And this will connect on the opposite sides in line with our existing cowling. We'll take black 3x3s, attach them across the top to tighten this all up. Cool. So now we've got hinges on all of these 4 edges here, which can hook into something. Now we've got 2 white pieces that will sit on top of angled yellow pieces. Add a couple of gray hinges. And a telephone over the edge. Gray telephone. Do that twice. Hinges. Telephone. And these go on the bottom. Like so. Okay. Nope. Gotta line up our round bits here. So I was off by 1 stud. So now you can see that we've got a round ring on the bottom here. I'm pretty sure that if I attached a bottle rocket to it, it would not go well. In the end, I think that I would end up with a lot of pieces in smithereens, and that is not my goal given the number of hours that I have spent building it. However, you know, I'm not saying it's impossible. It's pretty heavy and not super... I mean, it's structurally sound, but it's not structurally sound to handle the forces of, you know, a multiple G liftoff. So it's a pretty solid piece, but it's not intended for that purpose. It's all I can really say for sure. I guess you could look and see if other people have done that, but yeah, it's not my plan. That's all I can say. All right. Now is the time for all good men to come to something, something, something. All right. I've got some more hooks. Okay, got hooks. Double the hooks. Then we got 3 long white pieces. I mean, Dimethyl is a person on YouTube who has stopped by to say hello. So we say, hello, Dimethyl. Welcome to the stream. I'm the Chris who plays games, playing retro games every Monday at 9:15, whatever I feel like, every Friday at 9:15. Tonight, well, today, really. Last night, I started putting together some Legos, and I didn't finish. So now we are continuing to put together Legos. We got some 3 long blacks. You're right. You can't say you're the Chris who plays games. You can say that you are painstakingly play who painstakingly plays video games before a live studio audience. And I can't quote because I don't know the quote. it's not magic. There's nothing like super special to understand about it. I just don't know it. All right. 268 is done. 269 is to add another piece on top. Not that long. Oh, no, it is that long. Okay. I just screwed it up. Okay, so we've got that, and we've got this. Okay. And then we lay some flat pieces on top, because, you know, we can't have any studs showing. That would be anti-Lego. Studs not on top. Or on the sides in this case. So these hook onto the ball joints that we built earlier. Oh, I did this upside down. Crap. Oh, no, I get it. The whole piece here is upside down. Okay. So the black hooks into here with the Okay, so that snaps in there, and then we do the same with this piece over here. There we go. Cool. So now we've got these pieces here, which, so if you look inside here, you'll see that there's two little ball joints. So this snapped onto those ball joints on the inside here. So I expect we're going to build something very similar, going the other direction to fill in the other two gaps that we have at the moment. So we'll be building two of these. We've got little white sand beaches and caviar dreams. Got little lantern-y things, which are going to lay down flat with a stud facing towards this flat side of the piece. We'll have two more hooks going out. Again, so these will connect to the ball joints. And on and on and on. Anyway, happy Saturday to Dimethyl or anyone else who's out there and might be feeling just a little bit like they need a happy Saturday. So happy Saturday to you. Unless you're in Australia, maybe. If you're in Australia, I feel like it's already Sunday for you. In which case, maybe you should go to sleep because it's late. I think it's like 4 in the morning in Australia or something. Let us grab white to go on the top, black to go on the bottom, and a 2 black to go finish it out. All right. So now we've got these fancy looking little knobbies. It will go on with our bad cells and add a black piece towards the end. white hill on the end. White pieces in the middle. Okay. So usually I'm not much of a Lego. This is actually the first Lego build I've done in a very long time. And when I say a very long time, I mean like years. So usually I'm a video game guy, but I also do puzzles and stuff. So I've done a couple of different. Oh, did I do something wrong here? No, I think that's right. Okay. I've done a couple of different jigsaw puzzles. I've done, what else have I done that's unusual? Oh, I cleaned out this basement that I'm working in a couple streams ago. So I do all kinds of like weird streams, but usually I'm like a retro video game player. And so that's what I tend to do more of. Oh, crap. Crip. Okay. Can I put this in from here? I think I can. I think I can. At any rate, I'll try. Wait, what? Done something a little bit silly. No, okay. Just do this. And then just 2 short ones on the end. Definitely would have been smarter to do this before attaching it, but it's fine. I'll do the same thing here. Sneak this in here, and sneak these in here. Note to self, follow the instructions. Cool. Alright, so now I got long gray piece, 20 whites, and 4 black pieces. 4 and 20 blackbirds. So yeah. I can imagine myself doing more Lego stuff in the future, but I have not done a lot of it historically since I was a kid. This is the first big kit I've done, but it's a kind of cool, like, I've made some space for myself to have a setup here to do it, and it's kind of a cool, like, thing that's different from all of the other, like, gaming shit out there. So, I don't know, maybe there'll be more in the future. Maybe there won't be. I do have another friend who does Lego more often, so her name is Aurora Lee, and she streams on Twitch, and she does a lot of Lego as well as cross-stitch. She'll do like Lego sorting streams where she'll buy like big bulk bags from a thrift store and then sort through and kind of organize them into parts and build her own sets out of those. Does little minifigs, etc., etc. So, yeah. Here is the Cowling covers. So these are going to go on the outside here. Finishing off this last stage. So now we got no studs on the top, no studs on the outside. There's actually a couple of studs here, which may get covered by something. Oh, it's supposed to cover them. I was going to say, like, that's weird. Cover these up. There we go. Okay, so now I've got a brown piece, which is going to go on top here. I've got another big connector. It's going to go here. A little circle that goes on top of that. And we've got a short rod that we connect with this. Oh, this is the other side. Flip it over. Got another lantern. Ugh. And a lantern cover. Yeah, so this is the command module bit, I guess. So it comes out and like turns around and connects to it or something. I don't know exactly. We'll figure it out, but something along those lines. So we've got another engine here. So this is going to slide on. Line that up and rocket engine with a little fire at the bottom of it. And this slides into the top of this piece. I guess. So these engines, I don't know how these are supposed to stick on, but they are definitely not reliably sticking on for me. So that is something I will have to poke at and see if I can understand what if I'm doing something wrong. Oh, okay, so this has little hinges it hooks onto. Cool. All right. So that's the third stage. Got a few little extras here that I think are all pretty normal. One little stud, etc. We got the motor that I can't get to reliably stay. All right, so that is bag 11 done. And this is actually pretty, like, so... Mistake. Mistakes were made. Wow. Wow. Let's just go with wow. I think that you can't have some better a better karmic response than that. Like, that was just me being foolish and getting exactly what I deserved for it. It's no doubt. Okay. This goes here. It's not poor Chris. I was an idiot. Like, I was like holding it in one hand and waving it around. Come on. Like, I got exactly what I deserved on that. All right. There we go. That's fine. Where does this go? Here? Yep. There we go. And so one thing I will say is that this is actually designed to come into pieces. Not like I just did it, but it does actually come apart into the multiple stages to kind of do the demonstration of the stages. So each of these stages is a separable piece. That one was less my fault. So I wasn't doing something stupid that time. I was just trying to actually put it together. Okay. I'm gonna calm down. I put my little engines back here before I lose any more of them. Nope, no DVR for you, LOL. It looks sad, broken, Don't break it. Well, I appreciate that you've come to the same conclusion as I have, which is please don't destroy it. I put so much time and effort into it. All right, I've got a couple missing motors, but that's fine. This I believe is going to go here. All right, I'm missing two little red connector pieces, which I think I've got here. So somewhere I've got, okay, so we got two here. Ugh. And I should have, so this is a motor, engine. This is an engine. So the problem that I'm having at the moment is I need to connect these. Which is fine, but there's not, I'm missing the, so, sorry. Connecting these, which is fine. But then there's another piece inside here that's meant to connect to. Which I don't have. So there's two little red pieces that probably bounced off here somewhere, and I will have to find later. Okay. So I'm just going to reconnect these as best I can, and I'm going to be gentle when attaching it. Okay. Make these nice and solid. And then there should be there we go. So now we're in all four of those little latches. I lost one piece off the top, but that's fine. Easy to fix. And now here, we've got two latches on each side, or hinges rather. Okay, so not perfect, but okay. We lost one of our fins. Somewhere another fin, but that's okay too. Okay, now, before I go lifting it up and breaking it again, I'm going to lay it down. I'm going to build the next piece. Okay, so that's our three-stage rocket. We've got stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. There we go. Okay. No, there's a couple of pieces that have bounced off somewhere, and I will have to find. Nothing is permanently gone, but there's a couple pieces that are missing that I will have to find. But I'm going to continue to build for now, and come back to that later. Okay, so first step, we're going to build the top of the rocket. Okay. Got some pieces here that would build on top of. Take the little stand pieces out of here. Did I lose a piece already? But it's just the brick popper. All right, we got three little yellow heads here or something. Not worried about those. Just want this piece. There we go. Got a nice roundy piece that will snap on the outside. Another nice roundy piece somewhere. No? Yeah, we should have two of those. There it is. Okay. Another great thing that goes on top, and another thing that goes on top of that. Cool. So now we've got a little component that's going to form the core of our top module here. I need some small pieces now. We do have a tiny US flag. Yeah, this one's definitely got a lot of the small pieces. We've got nano figures and everything else like that, so. Okay. Yes, so we will have an astronaut to walk around on the moon and a flag. Moon landing is real, by the way, just so you know. Okay, cool. We'll pop these little knobbies in here. Eins, zwei, drei, vier knobbies. Now we have a cone attachment. And then we have 12 of these little things that will all point out. 1, 2, 3. One. Pointing out perpendicular to their position on the ring. The moon landing happened. It is not a scam. Despite what people on YouTube might make you think. This piece doesn't really attach. And I'm not super comfortable with that. Oh, maybe I'll stick something through it later to make it attach. Okay. Oh, there we go. Now it's... Okay, cool. I mean, space is one thing, but the moon is something different. Lots of people have been to space. Only one country has been to the moon, which is sad. I kind of really enjoyed the optimism of like 40s and 50s sci-fi that we were going to have like moon colonies and shit. I guess even the 60s probably had that, but By the 70s and the 80s, it was clear that we had gone to the moon and we were done with it, which has always just been. I mean, I'm not entirely sure that it makes sense to go to the moon as a colony. Like, the reality is that Mars maybe is better, even though it's harder to get to, just because of all the additional stuff that it has. Like, you know, some amount of oxygen, not just pure vacuum. Or not of atmosphere, not just pure vacuum, but it still makes me sad. Okay, so I do this, and then I put a little round jobby on the top. There are 3 countries that have been on the moon? Am I confused? Maybe I'm wrong? I thought just the US had been to the moon. I will grant that maybe I'm being an idiot. I didn't think that, like, the Russians never went to the moon, did they? I thought they gave up after we got there. Okay. Little round knobby at the top. Like, people landed on the moon, or countries had things go to the moon? Oh, okay. So, once this is here, I turn these. Yeah. Sorry. I meant manned lunar landings. Yes, other people have sent probes to the moon. That is true. I don't think that any other country has sent people to the moon. Although again, I like, I'm pretty sure on that, but I never want to be like, find out that I'm just an idiot and something happened that didn't. Okay. All right, there we go. We got a nice solid little shoobity. Yeah, basically once, so there's the space race happened, and the expectation that the not the expectation, but the once the space race, once the U.S. got to the moon, the space race kind of stopped because like that was the target, and so at that point it all kind of got redirected to building better like ICBMs instead of better space thingies. Okay, now I have built the thing that I'm supposed to have at this stage, which is it's got a engine on the back. Okay, now we're gonna build some cowling. So we've got this and some big roundy rounds we'll build on the bottom of it. Alright. I don't know why Yellow Submarine keeps floating through my head, but it is what it is. Okay. Big old cowling built. So now these slide up into here somehow. Ugh. There we go. And I believe this is going to be the top of our rocket. can... So we built a rocket. And unlike Buzz Lightyear's, this one may not explode again. And the remainder of these pieces are to build the lunar landing site. Yes, there was a partial unexpected disassembly earlier. That is true. Okay, so now we're going to build the Lunar Lander. So we will start by taking some landing pad thingies. Yeah, so I was kind of, it felt pretty solid, and so I was like holding it in one hand and kind of like, this is pretty solid. And then like all the stages that can separate kind of fell apart, and I lost like a couple pieces because they hit the ground and stuff like that. So it was totally stupid on my part. You know, it's one of those things that in hindsight, you're like, what was I thinking? Why did I think that that was a good idea? Like, there is absolutely no reason for me to think that was a good idea, but here I am just doing it. So that is not the right piece. I need a circle that is not there we go. There we go. Okay. And a little fez hat. Okay. So now I need gray. Going to put little lanterns on the edges, facing out. No, I don't think there's any need. There's really not that many pieces left. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, so there's definitely some aspects of this build which I have not done a super great job with, so it does not look as good, nor is it as solid as someone who is a professional, or not professional, but more experienced Lego builder would produce. I did what I could, but it definitely, if I were to build it again from scratch, I think that it would probably come out better the second time around. All right, so I need to put little 1 studs on top of these. I'm not going to build the $800 Millennium Falcon. Like I said, I think that if I was going to do anything, the next Lego build I'd want would be to be like half the difficulty, not twice the difficulty. I really enjoyed last night when I had, like, you know, on a Friday night I've got more people, plus I had not used up all of my notifications so that I wouldn't send notifications today, blah, blah, blah. And because my stream last night got busted. But I don't have as much of an audience on off days, and so it would, to me, be nice to be able to have something that I could finish on a Friday night comfortably, even with like chatting and doing other stuff. The same as I usually target for games, right? Like I target like a 3-hour gameplay target because that way I have a good chance of finishing it in a single stream, which is really allows me to have kind of the maximum enjoyment, and I would want to do the same thing for this. And part of this is just that I'm not good at Legos, but part of it is that this is a complicated build. So I know people can do this in 4 hours, but for me, that's not going to happen. And so I'd want something that was more like a normally like a 2-hour build, because that way I could do like all the things where I can like put all this stuff together and blah blah blah, and do it. So a lot of these are interesting to me because they're parts that I haven't dealt with, and so like around these hinges or other things like that, like I haven't pressing down as much as I should. In one case, like I didn't understand what was going on with it until too late, and so like there was that. I've done kind of poorly at making sure that I have the right piece at the right time, all of those things. So those are things that I would hopefully do differently if I were to do it again. Okay, we've got little things to hide the studs here, because you want no visible studs, feels like, is the goal. Okay. So we should have two. There's one. And this one. There we go. So that's a little platform. We stick a short little thing through it. Cool. All right. Gold stud with an arm attached. And that snaps onto what? Oh, and then a wrench. The reuse of some of these items is really interesting. So for example, like right now, like this is like, I don't know, some kind of leg or something like that. But this just looks like a wrench that a minifig would hold. And they just like reused it. They reused the loudspeakers for something on the bottom too. So just some interesting approaches there. So yeah, I think I'm building the legs of the lander, but the legs are built in part with wrenches that a minifig would hold, as their kind of rotating hingy bits. So I do find it kind of ingenious how Lego and presumably, as I pointed out earlier, like the fan builder who originally put this piece together were able to use all of these kind of core Lego parts to create something very different. So there we go. Yeah, so now we've got lander legs, looks like. Okay. We're going to slide together a gray piece and a light gray piece with a hinge and connect them with a gray circular piece on top. But yeah, someone who's never done Lego builds since he was a kid, a lot of these things are, like, in addition to the parts just seeming totally foreign to me, a lot of even the techniques are new or different from what I'm used to. So it's been an interesting learning experience for me. Or another example is like being more cautious about orientation of things that have holes in them. So there's like a part I had to take apart at the bottom for that reason. Stuff like that. There we are. Oh, okay. Like, that doesn't seem like it's going to work, but I need to apply. Step 318 is to apply a 2-to-1 transformation on top of this, and then to add the two pieces. So there we go. And then, of course, we will hide the studs with a stud hider. No studs left behind. Cool. All right, I don't know what that's gonna be, but whatever, that's fine. Alright, so now we've got a gray piece that we put a dark gray piece on top of, and another stud hider. And then we slap this baby on the outside of this. And we'll have another one of those too. We've got a small one spot hinge that we're going to add onto the top of it, as well as a round stud hider. And that is going to go on the other side, facing down. Cool. And then I apply this to the bottom of it. Oh, it's the hatch. That's the hatch door. I was like, I don't know what this is, but that is the door on the hatch of the lander module. And so this is going to slide on top of here, facing one of the legs. And then it will sit down on top of the fez hat, which is its connection point. Oh. There we go. And now we've got 3 little astronauts. It actually comes with 4, but we'll just use 3, even though there weren't actually 3 who landed on the moon, because one of them, of course, stayed on in the command module up in space. I don't know how the flag actually fits in here. I think it just sits in. Oh. There we go. Even got the little American flag in there. Although, is that flying backwards? No, it's flying the right way. Okay. There you go. All right, so that is the lander module. Now, what else do we have? So I think this is the command module. We got some little rings around here. Okay, so we start off with the big blue thing. We add a ring on top of it, which is not actually tightened anyway, but that's all right. We take the conical piece and we stick a gray pipe through it. There we go. That slides down on top of this. Then we take a 4-way directional piece and we attach the little yellow balls to them. 1, 2, 3, and 3, right? Just 3. And then 4 will be this thing, which goes above the door. And slap this baby on top. Now we've got to attach these gold links together. And then these ring around the rosy on the bottom here. There we go. Now we will build a stand for this thing to sit on top of. So you put the blue thing on, you put the on top of the gray, you put the gray thing on top of the blue. Okay, one piece of stand. Yeah, it's definitely the case that there is some room for them to kind of adjust the number of pieces by changing how they built the stand. So this is 1,969 pieces. And the question is like, well, that's really, you know, obviously it's commemorative and that's specific, but how did they pull that off? And part of that is that, like, the stand is built out of, I don't know, 50 pieces. So you got a little bit of wiggle room there to kind of work around that. Although, as I pointed out last night, it's not about like adding or removing one piece. It's about getting anywhere near the number of pieces in the end. So I do think that they did, you know, it's impressive regardless, but you do get a little bit of wiggle room in how you build kind of these sub components of the build that you wouldn't necessarily normally think of. All right, and okay, there we go. This is gonna go here. Do the same thing again. And add another piece. And add another piece. Okay. That's what it's all about. Okay, so this is component of the stand 1. That component of the stand 2. All right. And off we go into the wild blue yonder. So the Air Force has a song, and the Army has a song, the Marines have a song, the Coast Guard have a song. Does NASA have a song? Do astronauts get a song? I feel like they deserve a song too. But I don't think they have one. I certainly don't know it. I know from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we will fight our country's battles in the air, on land, and sea. First to fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor free. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marines. And the caissons go rolling along as the army. And yeah, okay, so that's done. I got a bunch of extra pieces here now, though. Huh. More extras than I would have expected, but okay. So the other thing that's cool about this is that you can actually, so taking this giant thing, carefully, without knocking my fins off. The Lunar Lander actually fits as it would inside here. So now we've got our spaceship, we've got our lunar lander inside of our spaceship, and we're ready to go. I don't actually know what this is. This is like the service module. Trying to, hold on me. Yeah, all right. But yeah, so we've got our first stage, our second stage, our third stage. Our heat shielding on this particular part is not very sticky, but whatever. And it works. That is the rock. That's what this is. Oh, this is like the heat. This is what they landed in, right? Like this is the thing that they came back to Earth in. I don't know. But yeah, and then I guess I'm supposed to be able to like lay this down on something. I don't really trust this, but. There we go. It can't even fit in the screen though. That's my rocket. I did it. I built it. It's a giant rocket and I built it. So that's it. That's the build. 3.5 hours today. 4 hours yesterday, so 7.5 hours of building later. I am complete. I am done. I am finished. Hat spin. My hat doesn't spin very well right now, but there you go. Thank you all for watching, hanging out, chatting. I hope you enjoyed watching me make a fool of myself at times, and enjoyed the rest of the process as well. So I had fun. I may do more Lego stuff in the future. It was definitely a neat build. So thank you very much to Mrs. CPG for buying this for me, because this was a gift for Christmas last year. And thank you. Oh, you got a little. I was like, what is this thing here? It's a fin. Thank you very much for everyone who hung out. And I hope you have a lovely rest of your weekend. And I will catch all of you for stream on Monday, where I'll be finishing up Castlevania Symphony of the Night, hopefully. So, have a great night, have a great weekend, and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.